was covering up my camera. Okay, it's Holly Hall from AskHollyHall.com. I am live on YouTube, Facebook page, and Instagram. So if you're wondering why is she looking up and down, because there is no streaming software that lets you go on Instagram Live. So you have to have my phone. And I'm actually gonna try to go, and I have to be careful that I don't hit my buttons because then it turns me off of Instagram. Okay, everybody. I look happy, right? I'm not. Seriously. Mars is in Pisces. I don't know if you guys are feeling this, but Mars just went into Pisces a couple of days ago. It's going to be there till about the 25th of May, just as a heads up. And we've got Mercury went into Taurus on the 12th. That's why all of you are suddenly starting. I'm getting a ton of mini readings. If you go on my website at askhollyhall.com, I got this new special that's not there for a long time. It's $19 for a 10-minute approximately a 10 minutes. Some go under, some go over, minute recording with specific questions. More just like here. The more specific your question, the more specific your answers will be, because these are just little quickie minis, right? Now, you're all focusing on your loss, your limiting beliefs, your sadness. You're looking at childhood components to your money issues, right? So I've had a lot of clients emailing me now saying, where's my money block? I need to know my money block. Right? This is the energy now. And there's we've also got Mercury, Venus in Pisces, which went in at the beginning of the month on the 6th. And then flipping Mars 4 days ago went into the Pisces. It went into Pisces. And it's just like, right? So what does this mean? Pisces is about compassion, understanding. It's about unconditional love. It's the highest emotional, spiritual heart love. Okay, so we're going to talk today before I start doing the readings. I do have to put my Instagram up, or I can't see if anybody wants a reading. There we go. And so we're going to talk about grief. We're going to talk about abandonment. We're going to talk about empathically feeling the suffering of the world, because we've got another planet in Aquarius, which is still in a, is it? Yeah. No, we got Venus. We got triple. No. Yeah. So we got Venus, Mars in Pisces, and we got Mercury in Taurus. But we have an Aquarius in the Jupiter, the Saturn's in Aquarius. And yes, Rachel, all you have to do in one sentence is put your birth date and your birth time, if you know it, and your question, all in one sentence. And I'm definitely going to answer those questions. Okay. Now, don't ask what's going on for the year, what's going on in my life, what's going on with my love life without any detail, because this is a mini. If I was doing an hour reading with you, or I was doing a 10-minute to 10, 15, 30-minute reading with you, and even those need specific questions, those mini ones do. But, some people do say, like, what the hell's going on with my job? I'm not happy. Tell me what's going on, right? And then I can give you a lot of information, but not with a 2-minute reading. So I need specifics. Now, and then we're going to talk about this. This is a download that just came to me recently. And I'm going to talk about the heart filter. I literally got this download recently that our heart chakra, our heart is a filter. Now, obviously physically, it's not. The liver is a filter, but the heart is kind of the central hub for our blood system, right? Our life force. Now, we're going to confirm that. Good. Because, so what I got the download around, sorry, I just lost my Instagram because somebody requested to become a friend on Facebook, and I'm thinking she might want to pop on here. So I wanted to make sure that I could accommodate that. There we go. So what I got with the heart filter chakra is that it filters our emotions. It filters our feelings. And it allows it to be digested, diluted if needed, cleansed, right? Cleansed and energized, electrolyzed, ionized, right? So you imagine like an actual like a river or a stream, all of the rocks in that stream is cleansing the water in the river. Okay? So it's that type of a cleanse, but the dirtiness, the debris, the has to go in through has to go first, right? It has to go in dirty, it has to go in tainted, it has to go in yucky, icky, ugh, right? And then it's supposed to come out. But if we do an emotional heart bypass, okay, that sounds like a surgery. But have you ever heard of spiritual bypassing? Right? So if you do a spiritual emotional bypassing, then it never gets through the filtration system. Now, how do we filtrate them? We can do that through working with someone like myself at askhollyhall.com, because you don't have to spend a lot of time. You don't have to spend hours and days and weeks and months with me. I've had people fire their therapist. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a medical professional. Do your due diligence. I am not that. Okay. I don't diagnose, etc. But I do give some very strong sightings that you can follow up with the appropriate professional, which I kind of see too. So, or you can work with a therapist, or you can work with a consultant, or you can work with another coach, or you can work on your own by reading books, going on YouTube, doing your own self-exploration, which I talk about a lot too. You can go to a friend. You can go to a friend if you've got one of those friends that's a really good listener and gives you the advice, the kind of advice that works with your own love language. That's really important. Everybody takes help differently. Everyone takes it completely different. And depending on what's going on in their energy field, how they took it a month ago, a year ago, 2 days ago, could be completely different than how they're taking it now. If you find a friend that you're all of a sudden going, what up? She totally shifted gears. This is not the person I know. This is not the way she usually responds. I don't know what's happened. Is it me? What did I do wrong? What can I fix, right? If she doesn't have the communicative love language, which means I don't want to talk about it, or I'm not even sure there's anything going on, or she's not noticing the shift within her own spiritual behavior, and she wants to blame outside forces for her issues, then it's going to be really difficult. But know that most of the time, unless you're going through a spiritual session cycle as well, it's not you, it's them. Okay. So sometimes we can't help a friend, or we don't accept help for different reasons. So I mentioned at the very beginning is that the sadness, right? I'm getting on a lot of questions going on already on Instagram. And that sadness, I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling it deep, very deep. I'm feeling it not only globally. People are sending me videos, I don't know why, that are heart-wrenching, breaking that's going on in the world. And I'm aware of what's going on in the world. And if there is anything that I could do to change it now, I would. My behavior, my actions, my non-actions are definitely one is what I do, right? To contribute to as much as I can to human suffering. Now, I also got to download. This one's gonna like you guys away. Is that this is all an illusion. And about a year ago, I got this around the suffering of animals when it comes to our producing animal meat to eat. And I got the download a year ago. This is an illusion. I'm like, how can it be an illusion? I've watched videos, there's suffering going on. It's an illusion. And then recently, which gave me the impression that it's not something that we can focus on. I mean, you can't tell that to a bunch of vegans, and I totally get that. But I'm just sharing what I get. I can't even conceptualize some of what I get. I'm still trying to process the illusion part. The second one is that there's one that's very, very deep. I'm not sure if I'm ready to share with anyone yet. Okay, I got a commercial dishwasher trying to a direction at least. Okay, so I will look at that in a second. So the filtration of your emotions. Now, we don't have community. We really have a lack of community, you know, and this makes it difficult for us to do emotional heart filtration. But know that that's what your heart does. And if you're not filtering it, then you've got emotional debris going into the heart center and not coming out the other side cleansed. You can work with practitioners that can do aura cleansing, chakra cleansing, etc. Okay, I'm starting to practice. All of you know that I'm a master astrologer, background education in philosophy, psychology, neurolinguistic programming, past life regression, hypnosis therapy, and give me a second. And I'm clairvoyant. But I'm now looking into the Mayan calendar, Ethiopian calendar, which was the original calendar when it was a Julian calendar before it became the Gregorian calendar. The Gregorian calendar, I'm doing a lot of research on this now, was to appease the Christianity, the system of Christianity, and to line up pagan rituals and events and celebrations to line up with Christian events and celebrations. So you can do your own due diligence. It's Wikipedia Easter, the original meaning of Easter, Wikipedia or Britannia. I saw that in the or the original history of Christmas and original history of everything else, right? And you can do your due diligence. There's an overlap and a mixture of old pagan, new religion. So anyways, they're saying that the Mayan and the Ethiopian calendar is actually true to connect with our celestial moon, sun, and some of the planets that the ancients could see. It lines up more cyclically with the Earth cycle and, of course, a human cycle. So I'm looking that up, looking at what was my birthday then. If I was in a Mayan calendar, if I was in an Ethiopian calendar, what would my birthday actually be and year? And looking that up on what's called sidereal astrology, which is different than Western astrology. It's actually close to Vedic astrology, which I was a past life Vedic astrologer, but in this lifetime, I can't gravitate towards it for the life of me. But the sidereal one, I think I can. So there's a lot more magic that's going to be coming out of my readings. That's all I'm saying for you guys. AskHollyHall.com is where you book. Now, I was not born an empath. And for some reason, I was told I have to share this. I was not born intuitive. I shouldn't say I wasn't born an empath, but I wasn't born intuitive. I wasn't born psychic. I was born to a parent who was, but I wasn't. But I was always angry about the suffering of humans, specifically people who bullied people. I became a nerd, self-proclaimed nerd, because I would yell at the bullies. But mostly I felt that was a righteousness for me. That was about feeling, I was more about what's right or wrong. But it really made me fascinated in the human conditioning. And I didn't understand what motivated people to deliberately harm other people, like calling them names, pushing them around. Okay, that's deliberately premeditated. You shouldn't be calling somebody a fat, frog-eyed person. That's what was my nickname, because I had very thick, like I don't need glasses now because I had surgery, but I need them to see, like reading stuff now. So and I really enjoy these because I had these pop bottle glasses. So that was my nickname. That was I was teased about. So to deliver, what makes you do that? Now, of course, because I took some psychology and whatnot, now astrology is basically psychology for the stars. conditioning, whatever's happening in their home is conditioning them to lash out, take control, feel like they're in control. But now that I look at it globally, I still look at why do higher powers that be, when we look at what's going on in the world, people are kind of watching China right now, Shanghai right now. How can humans, right, go out of their way to suffer, harm others? Most of it is fear. And I won't get too much into that. The other thing that's going to be happening with you right now is you're going to feel some sorry for yourself, self-pity parties. We're going to feel nostalgic, start looking at our past and feeling hurt coming back up. So going back to the heart filter, if there's hurt or pain that has not completely filtered through your heart center, your heart chakra, you're going to be processing that now. So people that have hurt you, situations that have harmed you, where you have felt lost, where you have felt invisible, where you felt nobody was listening, you haven't been heard, it's going to start completing its filtration through your heart center, through your heart chakra. Okay, there's meditations, and this is a reason I'm wearing this too, right? This is my favorite animal, the elephant. And the elephant is extremely empathic. Hi, Jasmine from India. Extremely empathic. When another elephant has passed in a completely different herd 100 kilometers away, the elephant herd that is 100 kilometers away, even before that elephant has died, will start to walk 100 kilometers. You can look this up on YouTube. There's been movies, documentaries made on this, towards that herd to go for some kind of celebratory ceremony, response to the suffering of that herd. Elephants are freaking amazing. Like, all humans should be like that. We should all be elephants. Okay. So I'm going to take a look at if there's anything on my Facebook or my YouTube for wanting hello, Pat, hello, Harmony, and look at if there's any questions there. But I have a whole bunch on Instagram, which I'm really happy. It's usually the other way around. And I'm going to read what's going on here. It's hard with my phone. There we go. So let's start from the top. Okay, so Rachel or Raquel, I'm not sure which one, from Montreal, Canada. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to give me a minute while I punch in the numbers. And that would be 80. She's the young buckaroo. 7:20 in the morning. So it is almost 7 o'clock here at night. I want to show you guys my favorite glass. And as I said, I'm feeling some sadness today. And this is my favorite glass. I don't know if you can see it. The writing on it. Yes, I have red wine in it. My first glass of red wine. Yeah, I plan on having two. Okay, what it says, it's hard to see with the red. It says, my horoscope said this would happen. Yeah. Even what I'm experiencing today and on the weekend, my horoscope said this would happen. Mars and Pisces. Cheers. So I've also got some cards, some angel cards, Angels of Atlantis cards I can pull for you as well. So we've got May 12th. See, now, so the details, wrapping up work before my maternity leave at the end of the week, baby due date, May 3rd, will be able to get everything done. I think she continued somewhere else. Okay, you got Pluto square Mercury going on right now. And Mercury is in Taurus. So it just started in February. So you are going to be concerned about money. You're going to feel like you're not getting everything done. But you're going through, so I'm going to say no. And that's okay. Okay. This is, you are a planner. There are a lot of things that you're doing for the sake of other people. I'm going to say this right now. There's a list on your list of to-dos is things that you're doing that either other people aren't doing or you're doing it yourself because you're extremely independent. And also setting up financials because you are worried and concerned about financials, but I don't see that being a problem. You already knew that about a month ago. Something about a month ago happened that made it easier for you on the financial level when it comes to retiring and not retiring, taking maternity leave for the baby. I want you to make a list of what you're doing for others. All right. And if you right beside it is is this for me or for someone else? Is this for me or for someone else? If it's for someone else, check it off, check it off, check it off, check it off. You're extremely independent. You don't like to hurt anybody's feelings or bother them, but you got to bring in the team. You've got to let people help you. There's a fear that they're not going to do it the way that you would like to do it, and that you're going to have to just do it again. It's going to add more to your plate, right? But you're thinking, you're going through a process where you're changing the way you think, which is you do think in emergency mode. God, it's got to be done. It's got to be done. I got so much to do. It's got to be done. No, just chillax. Have a baby. That baby inside of you doesn't care if the nursery isn't finished, if the banking isn't going to be done, right? That baby doesn't care. But what that baby does is it feels your anxiety, feels your tension, feels your stress. It feels like you're not chillaxed. Okay. And if you're due for that baby May 1st, I'm going to give you an idea of what this little guy, personality is going to be like. And if they're born after the 3rd, that's going to be an Aries Venus, but a lot of Pisces, some Gemini. This is going to be a very active, if it's born after the 3rd, a very active child. Busy, talkative, communicative, will communicate as soon as possible. So right away, it's just going to be like, blah, 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 baby babble. And, but there is also a very surreal, musically inclined piece to this child. So if you want to have them chill out, chillax, get some good sleep, get the mind to stop rolling, then don't put stimulants in front of him, like those things that twirl around and make you sleep with all the stuff so that they get mesmerized by it. Now, that's a stimulant for this baby. Music, it's classical music, very faintly in the background is all you'll need. Nothing, no activity, especially not even before the bedtime. But anyways, there's the answer for this one. And then I've got a really long one from Danielle, I'm not sure. So October 31st. AskHollyHall.com. If any of you have any issues with my website, because some people have said that they find it confusing. I don't know. I get a lot of bookings, but some are saying they are. I want to know what operating system you're using, what device you're using, and just email me at askhollyhall.com at gmail.com or holly at askhollyhall.com or message me on Instagram or message me on Facebook and let me know. 3-ish a.m. What's blocking me to accept my husband in life as it is? So you are this is great. Great question. Good timing for it. So starting now in April, going to February 2024, you're going through the magic wand phase in mystical, spiritual love, romantic imagination, um, feeling very romantic around wanting more of a deeper, spiritual, soulful, vulnerable love. And you've been searching for this. Well, we don't have your exact, oh, yeah, we have kind of your time of birth, all through last summer. And the reason is if you don't have this with your husband, that's why there's not an acceptance around it. So you want you want somebody who's an intellectual. You love spiritual, philosophical, stacking kind of Plato, Socrates type of intellectual conversations. But you also want someone who's allowed to be vulnerable. They allow themselves to be vulnerable. That means they expose their weaknesses. If you express that you can witness a weakness, then they're like, oh, okay, let's work on it. Let's talk about it. Let's discuss it. You don't always express yours. So this person may have a difficult understanding. You do when you're angry. But before that, you may not. You control it a lot. You don't want to hurt anybody. You don't want to upset anybody. I do gather that he's a very nice person, but we want more of this vulnerability. The second is that you are a hopeless, hopeful romantic. So people that are romantics, I'm not just talking about romantic partners. I'm talking about romancing life. When we romance life, the new job is best job ever. The new friend is my bestie that's going to be a lifelong friend. My new outfit is, I could wear this every day. My new hairstyle is like, oh my God, I'm so in love with this, right? My new restaurant is like, oh, I'm in love. Vacation, I'm in love. I'm going to go back again. And then you go back. And it's not the same because that was that romantic, idealistic imaging. And when we have that in this day and age, it's the most difficult to be a romantic in the last 30 years because that's what media and capitalism and consumerism, they want people like us. We fall for it hook, line, and sinker, right? We fall in love with everything that they want us to fall in love with. And we're like, I gotta have that, right? I'm a self-protest, still practicing not to be too much of a romantic. But you can romanticize with nature, right? That's mine. I go into nature and I just fall head over heels in love with my nature. Once I learned that lesson, I fell in love with my husband for the first time after 17 years. Yeah. I mean, I knew that was a different, deeper spiritual love. And it's not a romantic like in the movies. Okay, I'm not saying we don't have that once in a while, but it's not like that every single day, that type. That's not what I'm talking about. So don't be looking for that. Oh, Holly has it. I got to look for that. No, it's hard to explain. It's unconditional. It's free. It's untainted. It's still got its flaws and its hiccups, but it's totally like, oh, it is. That's the way it is. And I'm doing it with this guy. Like, it's just freedom. I don't know for me, it's just complete freedom. And you stop comparing yourself to the Joneses. That's the biggest thing. Okay, so you are in a time when you want this from your partner. So you're gonna have to look at that. I'd have to do a longer reading where we bring your husband into the energy. And what's really cool with my readings is that when we talk about somebody else in a session, I've seen it with other like people's parents when they're complaining about their parents or they're having issues healing around their parental and their childhood issues. I've seen it when they're talking about their own children or their own life. Something magical happens with the energy of the person we're talking to, and something shifts within them. And my clients witness it within 24 hours. Okay. I just want to look at something briefly because I think I got a testimonial as we're talking. Okay. So Let me look at another person. And December, and then I'm going to look at my Facebook and YouTube. I'm going to have to spend less time chitter chattering because I'm not going to get you all done. You're born on Christmas, the non-pagan Christmas day. You have to go to the beginning of my reading to figure that one out. So she wants to know, when will I buy a house? Will I find new love? So the house part, there's a couple of time frames for buying a house, and that's the next month, May, and also the end of December and into January. Be patient. You're in the same neck of the woods as I am. You already seen my predictions. Hopefully you guys have been on my YouTube and you've seen my predictions just in my YouTube search. Just put money. Got a whole bunch in there. And we've got a organized crash, stock market crash happening May 16th and May 20th. That was my download. That's what I was told. Okay, so even I'm waiting to see. And here the housing's prices, the housing market's already leveling off. There's not so much overbidding. And for you, you're going through, that's the time of your birth. That's great. You're going through a soul rebirth, and that starts soul rebirth, and that starts in. You might be feeling it a bit now, but it actually doesn't start till next year. So we won't focus on that. Just focus on the house and love. And 16 Mars. So I would say Aries. There's a new love long term. In and around now I'm trying to make it come earlier. Hang in for a second. Okay, I can't spend a lot of time on this one. Okay, so March of 2023. Right, but this soul rebirth can make it challenging. The other chance, but you have to do a lot of coaching and working around that and being supportive and awareness and everything around it. The other chance is maybe in 2022. Doesn't mean you don't meet them before. And that would be in and around September of 2022. Okay, so let's go to my YouTube and Facebook, see if there's anybody there. AskHollyHall.com. I got a lot of minis going on too, if you guys want. He would like to know how his career looks in the next few months. He has some changes happening and hoping now is the right time. So January 2. Perfect. So looking at this quickly off the hop, actually everything July 2022. So depending on the time, but June, July of 2022, this is a 2-year cycle. There's very sudden, unexpected, very amazing changes. Now, I just had a client say to me, like, you said something amazing was going to happen for April. It's only the 18th. It's barely halfway through, but you always give or take a few weeks on a longer cycle. So if I say mid-April, it could have happened at the beginning of May or mid-May, right? It's going to be in and around, give 2 to 3 weeks, give or take, in and around. And because not everyone has accuracy on time. And when it's Uranus, I'm going to tell you, you got to tell your husband he's got to take all the opportunities given to him. Invited to a party, invited to an event, invited to speak to somebody, hear something over the water cooler, something's happening, piques his interest. Invite yourself to that situation. Oh, what's the phone number? What's the address? What's the website? No, I'd like to go there. I would like to connect. He needs to do this all of June and July because these are going to give him unexpected opportunities that are going to come out of nowhere, and they are financially advantageous. So yes, that's the right time. Now, you said 4 p.m., but you put it in a different one, so can't work with that one. Now 9 p.m. Okay. So we're going to go to Pat, and she is February 23, and she wants to know the time she's in New Zealand, going through a lot of emotionally what you are talking about. Question is about how it looks financially. Okay. Yeah. You know what? You're not just going through a shit show now. You've been going through a shit show since June and another one since January, the beginning of January. And one is a soul rebirth. And this is not something I can work with deeply. One is a soul rebirth and changing your direction. And one is a very sudden and unexpected in June. News and events and paperwork. And another one, and it was all through last summer as well. And it seems to belong to you working with groups, working with organizations, working with collective, you trying to get through this paperwork, trying to get through these legalities, or trying to get through these financials, you trying and wanting to take control over it, doing your best, your due diligence. There's a rescue component here too. So you're really trying to even help somebody else in a situation. You're a healer. And you've managed to do that financially. You're being able to support and heal. It might even be if you've got a parent yourself, you're a parent of yours, or it's a parent and elderly that needs help and support, and you're trying to figure out the financials around that too. Stepping back, you started the process. The healing has begun. In June, you're going to have one second last confrontation around that, and then another one in January. But part of it is letting go of rescuing all of it, right? And taking, for you, money equals suffering. Somehow money equals financials, money equals suffering, and that's a childhood. You've got Pisces and Pisces moon, so you're definitely affected by what's going on right now, at least for about a week. So taking a look at that childhood. So hopefully that helps you, makes sense to you now. And all I ask is for feedback, okay, guys? I don't even care if it's negative. If you're like, Holly, I have no freaking clue what you're talking about, then put that in there. If it's like, I get it, I know what you're talking about, it resonates with me, then, because people read this after, you are bang on with my job. So much love to you. Good. Hope I can help with the person that you just asked about as well. Okay, so we're going to look at, Laura, you gave me, okay, March, and I don't have a question, so I can't work with you there. And now we're going to go to Danielle, hoping to get some guidance for my husband for his job, birthday 2/10. Can't do that. So I need your full thing. I need to know, is that January 10th, 1978, or is that February 10th, or is that October 2nd? Okay, so I'll go back later and see if you can correct that for me. Everyone, I do need the numbers. Everybody in the world does it different. And then sometimes I do the math wrong. some months I know automatically, and other ones I don't want to do the math. So, hi Jasmine. Cheers. Cheers. Okay. I'm going to do some cards just in case. And I want to get, it's a boy, so it is a boy. Okay, it is a boy. So I like that. I like that. I like drawing eyes. I like to draw eyes and to, so I want to get more about this boy says he says he's going to be a day late. It's going to be the 4th. So really give me feedback on that. It's going to be the 4th, really close to being either or dates. So might be, you might have to do some of your labor at home. Rather than spend all that time in the hospital. I did that. 25-hour labor. Went to the hospital. They sent me back home. And I jumped around my house trying to get her to pop out. And she's already 2 weeks late. Okay. Yes, that resonates. But how do I stop equating money with suffering? It's a pattern I've been trying to change. Take a past life regression hypnosis therapy. They would help with you because you're really affected by some past life paradigm. You worked as you suffered a lot on your choice. You put yourself in a position where you suffered for the sake of other people, kind of like the Mother Teresa, Jesus kind of factor, where you put yourself out there and risked, took risks, and it's like a bad habit. With neurolinguistic programming, which is what I use, it's like a bad habit. Okay. So it's like a habit you have to break. Just like I want to stop eating cookies. I want to stop quitting smoking. It's something that you have to, and awareness and observation. Awareness and observation. And this is coming from your mom. And this is a legacy generationally with your mom. Okay. And it's all the women. Your mom, your mom's mom, your mom's mom's mom. Right? It seems to be a female energy. So if this is not mine, take it away. If this is not mine, take it away. Okay. So let me look at, see if somebody here is going to, I don't want private chat. I want real chat. There we are. How long will my son be on his current journey? His birthday is January 20th. Okay. So it's a boy. That's great. Thank you. Thanks very much. PDT, February 10th, 78. Okay, great. So now I can look at this question about AskHollyHall.com. If you sign up for my newsletter / magazine, you can get an instant 20% off. Again, someone's told me there's been some website issues. So if you can just email me, message me, Facebook message me. If you got issues, let me know. And 8:45 a.m. And Pacific time. Good to know. The other thing that helps me when I'm suffering, when I'm feeling sorry for myself, is to help other people. That's why I jumped on this. Right, I'm going to get online, I'm going to do some free readings. It's not my normal time. I'm usually 4:00 on Tuesdays, EST. And I was going to help some other people. And I'm already feeling better. So Thank you. And so your question was very detailed around trying to find a direction that has the least amount of stress, best pay, and flexibility so I can do my own work. He is doing an interview with Oregon Pest Control today. Doodly doo. Okay, so let's do this. This bad boy working, doing a job that he likes. Okay, so he's got some good and some challenges where he's kind of just getting in his own way. So he's got the magic wand that started in April 2022. This is also in his second house. He should be getting an offer and an acceptance, sudden, unexpected job offer and acceptance in. So again, just like that advice I gave to the other one a while ago there, you have to just go to everything that you're invited to. And that date of when that will happen, drum roll, please. It's not too far away. That's why it's now. It's actually now, all the way till mid-May. Okay. So that job offer, and he's got the magic wand. So he has to do what he, and it's in, Mars and Cancer. So this has to do with creativity. It has to do with, he really isn't a salesperson. There's a reserved, shy part to him, but he cares so much for his children. And he's such a rescuer that he will detach himself from his own needs, even though he can be needy, his own needs in order to provide for family, provide for you. And how he's not happy, even though he's doing this for the rescue factor and that, he becomes detached, cold, unavailable, and it's just kind of distant, maybe even irritable. And that was all last spring as well. So this magic wand lets him, and it's got to be creative, working with children. Ask him if he likes to work with children. Like, seriously, and elderly, those two. This is something he's pretty good with technology as well, but he doesn't have a lot of third house, and he doesn't have he's really not, I don't know if that's what he's doing, sales things, but he's really not a salesperson at all. If he's working with a product that helps families and children, etc., then he's really cool with that. And yeah, so this happens now. Now he's got a few times where this cycle, the one that's you're getting in your own way, that one started in March and ends in January 2023. But this is a concentrated energy that can turn into him becoming self-employed. He does desire an enormous amount of freedom, but he's also wanting to provide for the family, like you wanting to do your own thing. So he can handle a job successfully if he can be self-employed, or he's in a position where he's in a management position. So if he's not doing the sales part, but he's like territorial manager, district manager, or some, marketing manager, sales manager, that's what he's going to do well in. He's very shy, reserved. He doesn't feel that he's got that, but he does. But this is also about him doing something that's for himself. So even though you're wanting to be self-employed, I feel like it's him that would like to have that as well too. So if I did a reading with both of you, there's possibly something the two of you could be doing together. And now I'm going to go to, let me know if that resonates with you. He hates sales, but he's never known what he wanted to do, even when I try to help him. Works good with children, works good with elderly, works good with anything progressive, like new age, new technology. And he does well when there's, now this is if he's born after 5 o'clock in the morning. If he's born after, I put him at 8:45. So He likes things that are challenging, so he gets bored really easily with jobs, right? He likes a healthy challenge. He'd even work well, like with in parole officer. I know that sounds crazy. Emergency department, emergency situations. Um, and like I said, he worked really well with the elderly, worked really well with children, worked well with small animals as well. And but this is his magic wand time. He's got to do what he loves. So you'd give him a magic wand and say, if you could have anything, it would make all the money that we need. It would provide us with the beautiful home that he loves, that we need. We would have everything. What would you do? He might say nothing. I would just stay at home and do nothing. Okay, but that's not an answer. What would you do? And then you put it out there. Give him time to think about it. Give him some time to process it. So she says he hates sales, but he doesn't know what to do. So I nailed it there. Now we're going to look at Facebook again and see, did you lose sound? Okay, so I'm going to look at this child who's January 20th, 2005. When is he going to be over what he's going through right now? She hasn't given me details, so we will do that. 1:15 p.m. Should be over it as we speak. No, yeah. Let me just look at one more thing. Okay, so I'm going to give you an idea about his personality and something that he's going to be a part of his personality for his life. We all have personality stuff, right? So for him, he's extremely intelligent. And I know you're going to shake your head at this one because he is having difficulty in school and always has. The school system failed him big time, along with a lot of other children just like him. He is a Elon Musk. He is a Nassim Haramein. You can look them up. He is a Steve Jobs. He is someone who could not fit into the traditional educational system with ADD, possibly even ADHD. He's very mature for his age, and he has a really hard time dealing with adults. He doesn't like boundaries. He doesn't like rules. He doesn't like regulations. He had a really difficult time in 2018, 2019, and part of 2020, mostly 19 and 20, and during that time. And that was all around his intelligence and his and his difficulty to sit still in school. He can talk back, smart. This is his superpower. When he's angry, he's sarcastic and he talks back and he speaks. He tells you what's wrong. What's right or wrong is very important to him. He does have, but right now he's going through a really good time where he's starting to take control, take command right now as we speak, and next month of his life. So I don't know if new education, or he's graduating, or new educational system is projecting. Don't make this person jump into another education right away when he finishes. He will eventually when it's his choice. This is someone who does not want to conform to our traditional system in any form, school, pharmaceutical, anything. He likes to be in control. He's here to learn freedom from that, though. He's had control in the past lives. So he has a mentality psychologically of constantly trying to be in control. And our system doesn't help him with that. Here, take this pill, it will control it. Take these vitamins, it will control it. See this specialist so we can control it. Let's talk to the teacher so we can control that. The whole system is trying to control, right? When actually he's just like a really brilliant, curious, inquisitive, smart person. And I don't care about his IQ tests. I don't care if he's book smart. I'm not talking about that. Okay, this is someone that you need to leave him alone and suffer natural consequences, which Dr. Shefali talks a lot about. So let me see if that resonates with her at all. I just asked for feedback. And she just said yes. So I'm not sure what yes is. So the journey should be over as we speak. Now I will look at, but he's going to enforce freedom. He's going to stick up for his own freedom right now. I just want to look at one more thing. You won't believe all the things I look at to dig deep, dig deep, dig deep. He will also be a part of the educational system somehow, not necessarily traditional, could be educational in some other industry, but he's going to make a lot of changes that way, even minor. I'm not saying he's going to be president of the United States or anything like that. So, okay. All right. So drug use right now and not wanting to go to school. So that will be over soon. But are you the parent, Lori? Because I'm really like, this is hard. This is hard. He does not want you to control him at all. Okay. So I want your hand to go on to your heart center and imagine your other heart center. You're the parent. Yeah. And I want you to put your hand on his imaginary heart center. And I want you to say, I am no longer the boss of you. I won't control you. I won't change you. I won't advise you. Yeah, Karen, I'll do one more reading for you. I was just about to sign off. Okay. What is that? In his heart center. Now, I would look at your birth chart as well, Lori, and I would see, what do you need from this child-parent relationship? What are you working through that's triggering? I get it. I'm going through myself as a parent of stepping back and how difficult it is and how sometimes nothing is right and everything is wrong. And then you get into this PTSD sort of like, what can I do? I don't know what to, you kind of go into the freeze. You don't know what to do, right? You just clueless, don't know what to do. And sometimes 100% stepping back. And this is when I practice non-attachment. It's my practice for non-attachment. Practice. Okay. Practice means they don't have it down pat. Okay. AskHollyHall.com. Even if it's a 30-minute one or a 15-minute one, just to take a look at you and your son's dynamic. Now, Karen, you weren't or haven't been here for my normal protocols. So I need a question. These are quickies. So I need an exact question. Let's get to business and get her done. Okay, so I need your exact questions, what you need advice on. You said you need some good advice. Thanks. And we'll go from there. Let's see what we got else here. Okay, so I'm going to do that one question, July. Thanks. And Lori, if you've got any difficulties, let me know. Like I said, some people are saying that they're experiencing some challenges with my website. And I'm getting a lot of people booking every day, but you never know. It could be it could be something that I need to tweak and my team needs to tweak in order to get just even the operating system. Maybe it works on like Safari and it's not working on, I don't know, Firefox or something. I'm always testing everything on Google and on an Android, right? Could be an iPhone thing. Okay, thanks, Lori. So we're going to look at July 27th. Karen, do I know you from a while back or are you brand new? And Will I be inheriting money soon? Time of birth helps for that because I look at the 8th house, but I will also look at Uranus. Well, you should be soon. The other date is, I'm going to give you a few dates of inheritance, but there's too much confusion around it. And that confusion is just about starting now. You will win. You will. There's a lot going on with emotional issues around family. There's specifically there is somebody who thinks that they're absolutely right. It's a black and white. For them, it's black and white. This is right. This is wrong. Logistically, they are right. Morally, not right. And this is really emotionally affecting some people, some younger people specifically. You're right in there with the right or wrong. But there's also some truth coming out around this that is, truth will set you free. That's what I'm getting. The truth will set you free. The truth will set you free. And I want to, so the times that you will be, just to make a long story short, is now until the mid-May, now up until mid-June, actually. And then more to be finalized in December and January and parts of February. Okay. So then, yes, but if you get caught up in people who think they know what they're doing and you constantly letting them know what is right or wrong, that's just going to get messy. So the emotional component, you definitely have to work with somebody about that. Some of the truths that you've been heard, some of the backlash and sarcasm, and it's hurtful, right? But yeah, you'll get that. So let me know if that resonates with you at all. And she says, I am the truth teller here. I know the truth. Yeah, it's stressful. Her daughter's in charge of the state, so that's the younger one. And this is a moral issue. Yeah. Sorry, guys, we got a spammer. I'm going to blocking the spammer. Okay, so hang in there. Don't be the truth teller. This is not about truth. This is about let the people have their emotional things that they need to do. They want to believe their truth because it supports them emotionally. You dot your I's, cross your T's, do all of the right things paperwork wise, because that's what's really working for you. And you'll be done. You'll be fine. Okay, everyone. All done. AskHollyHall.com is where you can get a reading from me. And I've got to sign off because I got a bunch of email readings to send off to people. Okay, everyone. Namaste. May the stars be with you and may all your dreams come true.